Big Mama Jen, she the heart of the city. Beautiful life shining cause her spirit run pretty. Touching every block, every youth, every man. Walking angel on duty with a God level plan. Jennifer, Jennifer, blessings flow where she stands. She lift up the world with the work of her hands.
So when people didn't believe in my vision, crazy part about it is I started off with like strangers supporting me. I didn't really have like, you know, I had a few friends that believed in me, but it was strangers that volunteered their time, strangers that they could see my vision, but they knew like I needed a little something else, so they would feed me the knowledge that I needed for it. It was random people that would call me to the side to say, hey, you know, after a meeting, you should really approach things like this or that, because I was real raw. I was still young, and my communication skills haven't always been the best. I still was going 0 to 100 real quick, and I wasn't as professional as I needed to be. Although everything I was saying was factual and I knew my stuff, it still was to the point. Sorry, y'all, I got my little book I'm listening to, Life Sentence. But anyway, with a local author here in Baltimore. But anyway, yeah, so I couldn't really focus on like whether people believed in my dream or my vision. Like it was mine to have, it was mine to make successful. And I think that anybody who is trying to start a business or have a vision, like just because one person doesn't like your product doesn't mean 1,000 other people aren't going to love it. So it's just like if you look at reviews, you know who's bitter and leaves a negative review for everybody when you read reviews. You're not for everybody, which is cool, but don't stress your life out either for those that you aren't for. But those that you are for, when they give you a gem, when they give you knowledge that you might not have had, take it. Make sure you appreciate it. Make sure you say thank you, you know, because somebody is taking their time to give to you what all these other people in your pathway haven't. I know I used to purchase books for people, and literally around the holidays we would give out our brand new book, and I only had 11 people. I have hundreds of people on my social media pages, and only 11 people ended up purchasing books one Christmas time. The books were $11. And so legitly, like, you're just not for everybody. I'm not for everybody. Either you love me or hate me. There's really no in between. You might tolerate me if you have to for business or something else, but I'm gonna say what I gotta say and be transparent with how I feel. But I'm also gonna hustle and make things work. I'm gonna hustle. I'm gonna figure out, okay, I keep going 0 to 60. How am I gonna calm that down? What professionals out here that can help me? Who's in my inner circle to help me so I can learn how to approach things in a different manner so I can continue on with my vision? But there's always going to be a hater, and that's the one thing as well that I realized, like, haters never stop. It doesn't matter like what level you go to, haters will never stop. And now I look at it real different. If I don't have a hater in my pocket, that means I done fell off. Like, somebody's not trying to take me down, somebody's not trying to sue me. That means I'm not doing a great job, because as soon as all of that noise stops, that means that people aren't paying attention anymore. But as long as people are paying attention, I'm good. I know my product is golden. So that's my mentality, where I keep it, where I go. And again, haters are gonna hate, let them hate. Don't get caught up on the bad reviews. Look at the bad review. Okay, how can I change this? You know what they might be saying is a bunch of BS, but how can I change this? You go ahead, you look at it, you implement something new, something different. Maybe your customer service needs to step its game up a little bit. You just figure it out, you implement it, and you keep it moving. And that's really my focus, how I stay true to myself, true to the business, and true to my customers and my vendors. So, and again, we're not gonna do everything right. So even when you have vendors, you're not gonna do everything right, but if you're able to say, you know, I apologize, you know, even though we've educated our staff and we've trained our staff to do things a certain way. They didn't do that in this situation. How can we make it better? These are the things that we're going to do on our end. We usually get HR involved. We usually create a new policy, no different than any other business. And then, you just make sure it's insured, you retrain your staff, and you call it a day. But it's okay to call a vendor. And I'm the type of person, I like to get ahead of the problem. So as soon as I learn it, I call the vendor. I don't wait for the vendor to call me. And I let them know what happened, what we've already put in place to fix it. If we had to do an investigation, what the investigation was, and the outcome of the investigation. And then we hand it over to the vendor. So we're taking accountability. We're making sure that we correct the problem so it doesn't happen again. Or, the liability has decreased on it happening a second time. And we move on. But just being accountable to yourself, to the company, to the people that you're providing services to, people who you're providing services for, like the vendors and the other providers that you might partner with. So communication is key, and just love on them haters, because they're gonna hate. Period. Love on them. They got a message for you, and you just got to embrace that message. You don't have to take the negative parts of it, but they have a message for you. So just embrace it, listen to it, fix it, and do better. And it's always nice too when you get positive comments and reviews, but most people don't take the time out to do that. But the other part is I make sure I acknowledge the people that are doing a great job. If somebody calls me to compliment one of my people, I make sure we make a really big deal out of it, because it's really important, and they need to know somebody acknowledge them. It's not just for us in-house to know that, but it's for the rest of the team and that individual to know too. So yeah.
Big Mama Jen, she the heart of the city. Beautiful life shining cause her spirit run pretty. Touching every block, every youth, every man. Walking angel on duty with a God level plan. Jennifer, blessings flow where she stands. She lift up the world with the work of her hand.